You can sometimes buy a house for $1. Not a toy house, not a garden shed, a real house. 4 walls, a roof, a front door, a street address, and a price tag that looks impossible. For 1 second, it feels like the greatest real estate deal in America. You think you beat the system. You think everyone else missed the opportunity. You think you are about to become a homeowner for less than the price of coffee. Then you step inside. The floor bends under your feet. The ceiling has water stain. The roof is leaking. The pipes are broken. The wiring looks dangerous. The walls smell like mold. The windows are missing. The furnace is dead. The city has a list of violations. The taxes are waiting. The insurance company is nervous. And suddenly, the $1 house does not feel cheap anymore. Because you did not buy a home. You bought a dead building that must be brought back to life. And bringing a dead building back to life is never $1. That is the hidden trap of the $1 house. The price is real, but the price is not the cost. The dollar gets you the keys. It does not get you a safe roof. It does not get you working plumbing. It does not get you modern wiring. It does not get you heat. It does not get you permit. It does not get you contractor. And it definitely does not get you out of city rule. So why would anyone sell a house for $1? The answer is simple. Because the house has become a problem. Maybe the owner walked away. Maybe the bank could not sell it. Maybe the city took control after years of neglect. Maybe the neighborhood lost population. Maybe the repairs cost more than the market value. A cheap house is usually cheap for a reason, and the reason is often inside the wall. Before buying, you need to know what kind of $1 house you are looking at. Some are government-owned vacant homes. Some are part of neighborhood recovery programs. Some are symbolic sales with strict conditions, and some are private listings designed to attract attention. The dangerous part is thinking they are all the same. A real $1 program may not simply hand you a house. You may need to qualify. You may need to live in the home. You may need to repair it by a deadline. You may need to prove you have money for renovations. You may need inspections before and after the work. And if you fail, the city may take the house back. That means the $1 house is not really a gift. It is a deal with obligations attached. The first obligation is usually paperwork. You check the deed, you check back taxes, you check liens, you check code violations. You check whether utilities can be restored. You check whether the house can legally be occupied. And you check whether the neighborhood can support the investment. Because the house is only one part of the deal. The street matters, the nearby homes matter, the resale value matters, the rental demand matters, and the city's patience matters most of all. Now imagine you qualify. You sign the paper, you pay $1, you get the keys, and now the house is yours. This is the exciting part. It is also the most dangerous part, because ownership means every problem now belongs to you. The first big problem is usually the roof. A bad roof quietly destroys everything below it. Water enters the attic, then the ceiling, then the wall, then the floor, then the basement. So the roof is not just a roof. It is the lid on the entire investment. If that lid fails, the $1 house starts rotting from the top down. Then comes the foundation. A pretty room means nothing if the building is sinking. Cracks can mean movement. Movement can mean structural repairs. And structural repairs can turn a cheap deal into a financial emergency. After structure comes electrical. Old wiring is not just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. If the system is outdated, the house may need a full rewire. That means opening walls, installing panels, pulling permits, scheduling inspections, and paying skilled workers. Next comes plumbing. Pipes can freeze, pipes can leak, pipes can be stolen from vacant homes. And if plumbing fails, the damage spreads fast. A bathroom renovation is not only tile and paint. It can mean drains, supply lines, vents, fixtures, floors, and inspection. Then you meet the quietest enemy, mold. Mold loves abandoned houses. It loves leak. It loves humidity. It loves closed windows and no ventilation. And removing mold is not just wiping a wall. You may need masks, containment, demolition, drying equipment, and proof that the moisture problem is actually solved. Now the $1 house has become a construction project. And construction projects do not care what you paid for the property. Lumber costs money. Drywall costs money. Windows cost money. HVAC costs money. Labor costs money. Dumpsters cost money. Permits cost money. Mistakes cost even more. And delays can destroy your budget. The next trap is financing. Banks love finished houses. Banks do not always love abandoned houses with holes in the roof. A normal mortgage may not work. A renovation loan may require plans and inspection. A contractor may want money up front. And cash disappears quickly when walls are open. This is where many buyers get stuck. They own the house, but they cannot afford to finish the repairs. So the $1 dream becomes an empty shell. Then the city starts asking questions. Why is the roof still open? Why are the windows still boarded? Why are permits still unfinished? Why is the property still unsafe? If the program has deadlines, missing them can be expensive. You might face fine. You might lose deposit. You might lose the property. And even if you keep it, you may still own a house nobody wants to buy, because a repaired house must still make sense in the market. If you spend $100,000 fixing a house worth $60,000, you did not find a deal. You bought a math problem. And the math problem gets worse if the neighborhood is weak. Low resale value limits your exit. Low rents limit your income. High maintenance keeps eating cash, and one unexpected repair can erase your profit. But this does not mean every $1 house is a scam. Some programs can help rebuild neighborhoods. Some buyers really do turn abandoned homes into livable homes, but they do not win because the house cost $1. They win because they understand the full cost. They inspect before they dream. They budget before they sign. They know the roof number, the plumbing number, the electrical number, the mold number, the permit number, the surprise number, and the final value after all the work. Because the real question is not, can you buy a house for $1? The real question is, can you afford everything the dollar does not include? The roof, the pipes, the wire. The $1 house is not cheap because it costs $1. It is cheap because someone else already decided the repairs were too expensive.